It's gonna be the very best day of your life. It's gonna be, yeah. Do you believe it? It's gonna be the very best day of your life.
Yeah. You was picking out your fit, plan to decorate your crib. You was about to get it lit. I know. Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing. Don't know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. And we don't get no but your flexing. All of your antics and presents. We know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. I can see it in your eyes, yeah, it's codependence. When you spend your time, see you're lacking vision. Where you compromise, got no independence. You see me living life and you get offended. Yeah, you get offended. But come on to the other side. I am the light so you cannot hide. Trying to fit in, got you dead inside. Tried to kill me but I cannot die, yeah. I'm alive and you cannot take it. I'm on the rise and this crown I'm taking. On the winning side and there's no mistaking. No, you cannot fake this. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing. Don't know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. And we don't get no but your flexing. All of your antics and presents. We know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Where your real friends at? Somebody tell me where your real friends at? Where your real friends at? I know you don't feel that. Yeah. But come on to the other side. I am the light so you cannot hide. Trying to fit in, got you dead inside. Tried to kill me but I cannot die, yeah. I'm alive and you cannot take it. I'm on the rise and this crown I'm taking. On the winning side and there's no mistaking. No, you cannot fake this. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing.
This is pain, this is youth, This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting fucked up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
And I'm giving you what you're asking for. Future told on time, but digging up the past, bruh. Talking about all the people that didn't last. In scarcity, it's time for using what you have. Just be grateful, the strong is always the last. Things are crooks who settle for we could pass. People's choices are hardly the ones chosen. I'm stepping out of the grave, that's your omen. Yeah, yeah, flower child, inflorescent, warrior, feel my presence, sagacity, pressure, from dead broke, going affluent, underdog, made a past of it, on top of this shit, what's happening, born in darkness, came to life, within the masses, eternal life.
You give me new life, you give me new life, you give me new life. You give me new life, oh, you give me new life. You give me new life. You give me new life.
They locked me out, outsider. Felt the pressure in the room when the boy beside him. Despite disguises, they can see the difference. Cubic don't shine the same in the diamond's presence. Them lies don't hold the same when the prophet's present. Impossible to tame when the locks are missing. The blocks are missing, the box is missing. Reach your hand and find a switch, but I'm wired different. You can think we work the same, but a profit different. You can think we preach the same, but the cloth is different. Sort of a maverick, I don't fit you boys' equations, I resist the average. Y'all playing Madden, I'm running real plays, I just make it happen. Got the doubt of saying who would've thunk of it. Life gave me the assist, made a dunk of it. I'm the one the papers chasing, so it's dumb rich. Truth's #1 supply, you can come get it.
You give me new life. 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 Oh, you give me new life.
Hey, let's run it back. I think I got one more.
You give me new life.
You wasting time waiting, thinking I'ma fall behind. I'm the future, baby, I ain't even seen my prime. Culture spinning on my axis, so I'm never late. You just left to try to catch the waves that I create. But this ain't surfing, no, these waters for the boat. You never catch it from just talking about it, Lord knows. Got them nodding from the bars I wrote a decade ago. That's how you know when it's the truth, 'cause they'll never get old. And I know you getting tired of the lies when they catch you in the vulnerable times, then they robbing you blind. I know they look like sheep in the eyes, but they're wolves in the mind. Take your innocence to hang you to dry. If you question anything that they try, I speak from a confident mind and there's tears in your eyes. And it make you wanna go, and it make me wanna go. On them hanging from their feet, I just do it with my speech.
You give me new life. 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 Oh, you give me new life.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting f***ed up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Today I'm gonna live my dreams and accept how God created me. I won't let confusion, frustration, insecurity stop me. So I've made up in my mind that I'll be all that I'm meant to be, yeah. And there's nothing in this world that I'd let block me. I gotta get what's mine, yeah, yeah. No hater can stop my favor. It's not determined by you anyway. And I've been waiting for this moment in my life, so I ain't worried about what he has to say. And please believe me, you don't have to bet on me, 'cause I'll bet on me any day. Any day. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. I gotta get what's meant for me. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. 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 Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. I gotta get it, go get it. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. 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 I gotta get what's mine.
I'm giving it, I'm focused. I've got my mind right, it's ain't focus. 'Cause I never knew what I had to do. You came in and you worked it out. Said I'm strong and I'm moving on. I'm thankful 'cause you showed me that my deep spirit was not my failure, but that I'm powerful beyond measure. I thought, who was I to be brilliant and change the world? I'm free now of my enemies to change the world.
Yeah, I believe in this season that we'll rise above all our seasons, flying high for a lifetime. So y'all move over 'cause it's high time. Believe me, we going somewhere. The ground's fit good and we ain't staying here. Forget reminiscing and grieving, 'cause we exist for this reason, to bring back hope to our daughters, make more men of our brothers. This legacy to our fathers, that security to our mothers, to spread more light to the nations, pursue all peace with all patience, presenting God-like lifestyles. Y'all thought wrong, but it's right now. Donate millions to children, secure our future from villains. Culture shifting how you're living. Don't try to keep up, man, we different. We gon' live how we want to. Kids don't eat like they want to. Trillion dimensions through our visions. Cooking up culture in our kitchen. Celebrating forever.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting f***ed up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
They're treating you mean, they're killing your dreams, depleting your steam. They're jealous of us, they're burying your potential's too much. If you would just lift up yourself, believe in you, there's really nothing else that they could ever do. They hiding the truth, they following you, cause you got the jewel. But that is enough, it's time to step up by realizing you're more than they could ever handle. I pray that you're hearing me. You're perfect as you really are. The world will see just own who you are. You are, you are beautiful. Own who you are. You are powerful. Own who you are. You are special. Own who you are. You are royal.
Hourglass, all class, maybe wanna spend some time with you. Girl, you know what you mean to me. I believe you were made for me. Girl, you better use your honor. It's time to let the world know it. Cause what's a star to the world if it hides its light from the world below it? I done seen them competing with you, non-stop. You ain't wanna see them do it, steady measuring but never measuring up to it. They could never do it, but friends soon turn to enemies. Don't let them take what's meant to be. Just make that thing your energy. Just own who you are, just
Own who you are. You are beautiful. Own who you are. You are powerful. Own who you are. You are special. Own who you are. You are royal. Own who you are. You are beautiful. Own who you are. You are powerful. Own who you are. You are special. Own who you are. You are royal.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting fucked up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Welcome to The Way, an Iexist event. I want to say on behalf of everyone here that we're honored to have you join us for today's training and session. As a coaching and counsel company, We've been serving others since 2018, and we know that your growth, success, and fulfillment is vital, not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. And it's at the core of our heart and mission here that everyone possible be pressed and empowered to lead a life that is full of fulfillment. Thank you so much for accompanying us on this experience. We're looking forward to see how this will impact the many of you. Share this with your family and friends, all those that you love, to grant them the opportunity to partner with you as you become all that you are. Enjoy.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of The Way. This is going to be the spiritual edition today. I was trying to decide, I'm a spiritual man, so it's always hard to pick which one is going to be more so centered around business and leadership ideas, principles, and things like that, and then which one is going to just kind of lean more spiritual. I lean a little bit spiritual as an individual because it's a basis, a foundation for life for me. And so for me to be able to choose sometimes is very difficult. But today, again, is The Way, the spiritual edition. I'm going to be very brief with you all, but it's going to be good brief, all right? Good / brief, all at the same time. I just want to talk to you for a moment and get some principles, some ideas to you that I know you're going to both enjoy and need throughout this life, specifically this time of your life. There's some things occurring that I don't want you to miss out on, to be very honest with you. And so this is one of those time sensitive messages. I know a lot of times, and I love the idea of having content that's evergreen, right? So no matter whether you listen to it, 30 years from now, 200 years from now, it has those evergreen qualities to it that will carry you, encourage you, empower you. Again, decade from now, 400 years from now, 2,000 years from now, there are evergreen things that you'll always be able to tap into if you are of a certain quality of a man or woman. At the same time, there are time sensitive elements that will need to be shared every now and then. And so this is one of those time sensitive conversations that I'll need to have, because right now, whether you realize it or not, I'm getting this from nobody. Y'all have to understand. Let me say this first. I do everything not only thoughtfully, but I'm ahead of schedule. Okay. So this is not something I thought about last week after somebody says whatever. I'm normally months ahead in my presentation. So today's conversation is, let me tell you what I was about to tell you. So whether you know it or not, whether you realize it or not, we have our foot in the door right now of a golden age, right? You may have heard some of those sentiments being echoed, but I told you I didn't get them from anybody. What I just said came directly from me, but it was an internal resonance before it was an external speech. Okay. Our feet are in the door of literally a golden age. You need to know that because I don't want you to miss out on it. And I'll tell you a couple things towards that idea to give you what it means and how we need to posture ourselves during this time. But again, we are a foot in the door, I'm telling you, of a literal golden age, and becoming, taking advantage of that is going to be to your advantage. All right. To all of your advantage. Take a moment before I get started into this to share this with everybody you know. Listen, it's time sensitive, and Bryan is always going to give you the goods. I'm Coach Bryan, by the way, if I haven't said it. I'm going to give you the goods. You need to share this out. Take a moment to subscribe, actually say hey, maybe share where you're listening in from. And we appreciate it. Listen, make sure you're commenting and things like that too. So I'm saying that intentionally because even if you didn't know who to share this with, listen, just commenting in the chat or beneath this video is going to help allow the algorithm to push it to people who would be interested in this type of content, this type of material. So just make sure you are participating. It's the least you can do. I don't know that I've rarely asked for anything in the sense of, especially, we're a business. So we're always going to be fishing and pitching to you particular services and things that we do at the same time. I rarely ask for anything, especially of any type of monetary value or anything like that. And really with the way that I'm doing it now, I haven't even optimized our platform for monetization to even be a thing currently. So you have to understand, I'm saying all that to say this is the least you can do. All right. Like the video, subscribe to the page, comment down below, say hey to some of your other friends out there in the hall, and let's grow and become together. So the name of this conversation, let's go straight into it. I'm keeping my word today. We aren't going to be in front of you super long. Is the lost world. Okay. The lost world. I need to open this conversation up to you by saying this. We all have a longing, whatever your religious preference, beliefs, things are. We all have a longing for heaven inwardly. Now, I don't need you to just limit your idea of heaven briefly to a specific location that's outside of your specific geolocation, right? Or outside of this realm or some ethereal on high place that it's normally limited to. I need you to look at heaven from a maybe principle standpoint, right? From a principle standpoint, you're looking at things that may have to do with like a euphoric, a very fruitful, very fulfilling, very peaceful, there's a word I'm looking for. But you think about the ideas of euphoria. You think about eternal pleasures. You think about a place of no lack, no pain, no crying, right? You think about all of these qualities within what we would typically just reserve for the idea of heaven, right? So looking at that principally, we all have a longing for that to exist, for ourselves to be in that type of atmosphere. And because of that, number one, you need to know that, and I'm always going to be pitching you things that you may think, oh, you're just very idealistic or something like that, right? What I'm pitching to you is that heaven is possible. I believe that for every single one of us. I've said this before in a previous conversation. Again, taking heaven or even the idea of hell out of an ethereal or a distant, far away or an afterlife type of situation, taking it out of those realms and just principally thinking about those concepts. On any given day, I'm telling you, if you go outside, if you walk past a number of people, you could walk past 100 people, you could walk past 200 people, whatever. You walk past enough people, I guarantee you've walked past at least one person let's maybe make this out of 1,000. You've probably walked past at least one person that's having a heavenly experience in their life that day. I guarantee you also that you're going to walk past somebody who is having a very hellish experience. Okay. In their mind, they are going through at least a living hell. In someone else's mind, they are having the most fun, the most joyous time of their life. They are experiencing heaven from a principle standpoint. All right. Some of these qualities that we would look for in an afterlife positioning. OK, so because of that, or just looking at it from that angle, you have to know heaven is possible. All right. When I say that we're foot into a golden age, I'm saying that a lot of these qualities are coming to the forefront again. But guess what? If you don't take advantage of the day that we're in, you're going to be living in hell for no reason. And a lot of this conversation is going to come down to what side of the coin, what side of the table you're leaning to. The issue that we have as humanity is that with the possibilities of a heaven or hellish existence being there on a daily basis, we neglect to realize that it's our choice that separates or divides us as people in terms of sitting on either side of that table. All right. You are in control. Let me say this to be from an even theological standpoint. I wax spiritual all the time. I'm sorry. You're going to have to deal with it. OK, but like if I'm looking at things from a spiritual lens, God ain't choosing. Lord have mercy. I know how many theories there are. I'm well studied. I know people are saying things like, and I know historically there are all of these debates about whether God's just designed some people to go to hell or some stuff like that. It's already predetermined. Okay. Hear this from Bryan. Okay. That's easy to say for a powerless person or a powerless generation or a powerless people. Okay. When I take myself out of the seat of choice and power, it's easy for me to think those things. But life has taught me personally thus far that even if you're not in the driver's seat of your life, it's still going to end up being your fault at the end of the day if you land in a ditch. All right. I have a friend that's sitting with me right now that says this, and he said it so eloquently one day that I stole it from him. You may not have chosen the circumstance you came into this world, the circumstances in which you came into this world. You may not have chosen your parents. You don't choose your skin color, your gender, all these things, even though some people try. The truth is, some of you were born, like myself, into a fight. Okay. And the thing about it is, here's where the comment comes in the really nice quote that I may steal actually for, with his permission. I'll put like a little note that says from the individual. But it's not your fault. You didn't choose necessarily. I know there's a lot of spiritual theories and stuff like that. Someone might disagree with what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, regardless, when you came to your consciousness, you don't even remember choosing a parent or nothing like that, right? It may not be your fault, the circumstance in which you were born, but it's still your fight. And that's a sentiment, a statement that a lot of you may not like, because you feel like, well, it's not my fault, so why is it my fight? Why do I have to deal with all of this when it wasn't my choice to be born, or it wasn't my choice to have the circumstances, again, in which I was born, things like that. But you have to understand that this whole life is to prove you, and it's to prove God in your life. Okay? Without certain circumstances, without certain things that may rub you wrong, without a particular fight at any moment in your life, you wouldn't even know who you are. Some of us stand in confidence on a regular because life has taught us who we are, who's with us, and who's for us by the literal fights that we've had. Because when the giant stood against, when the persecutors came, or the haters, to give you a modern spin, or the people that didn't think, I'm saying it could even be your parents, it could be anybody. When those people came and you saw God rise up in you, and you saw yourself turn into a whole different person, and you saw the force and the fervor that can come from a determined individual, a person that chose to have hope in the midst of whatever pain, whatever circumstance. Listen, life started to reveal who you are, not just to other people, but to yourself. You started to see that God was for you. But without the fight, how would you ever know? So again, I tell you, it's not your fault, but it is your fight. Okay? Once you put yourself in the fighter's seat, and I'm really going to go into that next week, but once you put yourself in that position, I need you to understand that you start realizing that things are choices. So I'm telling you, we're foot in the door of a golden age. But what side of experience during that golden age you have, a hellish one or a heavenly one, is going to be up to you. If you don't take or heed to the advice of Bryan and others who are trying to adequately portray the times in which we're living, listen, don't miss out, is all I'm saying. There's a few things you'll need to get prepared that we'll dive into, but you need to understand, number one, that it's your choice. It's your fight. All right. And I don't ever want you to think it's up to anybody else or anything like that. Listen, nobody can hold you back if you choose not to be held back. There's one that's greater in us than anybody that's in the world, okay? That leads me to my second point, all right? So the lost world. Why am I calling this the lost world? Because we all long for heaven, but we have not figured out its location. Some of you are asking, like, well, is it an afterlife thing? You know, we kind of took it out of the ethereal and said that, and please don't debate that. I mean, just think for 2 seconds. You know, you long for good times. You know, you long for joy. You know, you long for these things. We all have this. It's almost an internal longing, you know, to where it's almost like, you know, I really feel like when people are crying, I want to go home. Right. And they are echoing sentiments of this world doesn't feel like home. I want to go home type of situation. It's the part of you that's longing for that atmosphere is what I'm saying. OK, because it's encoded. There's something in you that belongs in that atmosphere. OK, we won't go very spiritual here, but you need to know that I'm talking vaguely about that part so I don't wax spiritual too much and then go into a whole bunch of stuff and then start quoting scriptures and you know the whole thing. If you know me by now, right? But what I'm saying is there's a part of you that longs for that atmosphere. And so you know that's a fact, okay? It's actually amazing to me that people fight with the ideas of whether poverty or something like that would be from God and then quote that God made heaven or something like that, or that your eternal existence, or some of you would say your eternal reward would be heaven, where there's none of those things. It shouldn't even be an argument. You know you don't want to be in lack. I don't care who you are. You may have found yourself to be content or found yourself to be okay in whatever circumstance, and you're gonna praise God anyway or something like that. But listen, nobody wants to be in lack. So now where do we go? So it's either going to be your fight to stay in it, right, to cope, or it's going to be your fight to change. Okay, that's how this kind of goes. The lost world. So we have not figured out where heaven's location is the problem. A lot of us, you know, if you were brought up under Christianity, you know, you go throughout your life praying things like, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Okay. How can you be praying for a kingdom to come? How can you be praying for God's will to be done? Again, how is this going to happen? How do I even locate the kingdom that I'm talking about to be able to mimic it or to be able to cause it to come into fruition in this realm or in this life? Okay. Heaven's location. And I'm sorry, let me add this little piece in. A lot of you are also confused. So we're talking about heaven's location. A lot of you are also confused on the idea that sometimes it feels like people are going backwards to go forward. Okay. There's an original intent within you that's saying this atmosphere is where I actually belong. I actually belong in a place to where there's no harm, no pain, no fear. There's only love. There's only joy. Circumstances are all good. Okay. But hear what I said. There's an original intent, which means this is something from the past. What you're drawing on is an original intention. We talked about original intelligence. Now I'm talking about original intention. Okay. So the longing comes from a past dated intention is what I'm saying. Now it's a goal, but you're reaching back to an original intention. You see let me put this out for you. You may wonder why the phrase we communicate the idea of becoming all that we are, right? Because we're talking about a future past thing all in one sitting. The issue is people don't understand what becoming is all about. You're not becoming, and I said this in the book, I think it's the first quote. I actually want to pull it off, but I don't want to mess up the shelf. So the quote says this. Actually, can you hand me that one right there? The one that's like on the bottom. Appreciate it. Saw I had one down there. Real quick. Buy the book, by the way. It says fulfillment doesn't come from changing into things you aren't. Oh, this is going to be so good. You know, I said I didn't want to wax spiritual. I know this is the spiritual edition, but I'm saying I didn't want to put myself down like a trail to where I couldn't. It'd be hard for me to get out. So fulfillment doesn't come from changing into things you aren't, but rather from becoming all that you are. Maybe you haven't paid attention to it, but the idea is this. You're becoming, that's forward, all that you are. I could have easily said all that you were. So I need to mess with your mind or your time, your sense of time a little bit, because you have to understand becoming is all a future past effort. Okay. You're becoming all that you are. Simple terms. All it means is, and if just take the example of a tree, right? When you're holding a seed, whatever type of tree it is, when you're holding the seed of that tree, that seed is literally the tree in a tiny package. It has to go through processing. It has to go through a number of things in order to become all that was intended from the very beginning. But it's everything it's going to be, even in seed form. So are you. Okay. So the reason why we're becoming all that we are, and why fulfillment doesn't work outside of becoming all that you are, because a lot of you have fallen into a pattern of trying to change your self into things that you aren't, rather than becoming everything that you already were at conception. And changing into things that you aren't by copying, doing things like that is not going to create fulfillment in your life. It's not going to take you into this golden age, into the golden age of your lifetime. It's actually going to get you off track, and you're going to fail miserably at being something that you were never intended to be. All right. This is why I've said probably multiple times now in the past, you don't just get to be whatever you want to be. Now, you can kick against that and go try to be whatever you want to be. The issue is, because you're free to do it, right? It's your life. Do what you want, quote, 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 will, if that's how you choose to think about it. The problem with that thought is that fulfillment only comes from becoming everything that you were always intended to be. That's the issue. So you don't just need becoming, you need alignment at the same time. Why am I telling you this? Number one, that's our model, right? It's why we're a true house of fulfillment. I'm not trying to make you something you're not. I had an argument a long time ago internally, and it was because I was pitching to a friend a couple things on how to handle a particular situation. I'll never forget the inner voice that came to me in the moment to say, all right, you need to stop pressing so hard for this individual to do these specific things, because this isn't really a mode of encouragement. You're actually forcing them to do something that you would do in the circumstance or in the situation. OK, the issue with that is the more I pushed, and this is how it came to me, the more you make that person, if you push that person to be you in every way, in terms of like them copying you and becoming you in a number of different ways, you wouldn't even like that person anymore. OK, I don't know if I should have said that. These are a little bit more on the secret side of it kind of goes into the secrets and mystery side of things that I maybe should reserve for the nation. Regardless, what I'm saying is we're on the true path of fulfillment here in this house. I'm saying in the house of Iexist. OK, we know how to get you there. And that was a long time ago. But I'm saying that to say that there's a future past element to it. So even when you consider a golden age, again, how do we build? But again, the primary question is, where is heaven? OK, I'm going to answer that for you. But let's look at the fact that it feels like those, and this is through every generation, through any dispensation of time. Why does it feel like some people are trying to go back to go forward? The issue is this. And I told you this is going to mess with your time consciousness a little bit. But I can do that because this is the spiritual edition. You're not going back to original time. You're going back to original intention when it's done properly by whoever. OK, so forward is the goal. Backwards is the intention. I keep telling you that the only reason you are longing for a heavenly atmosphere in your life, in your home, in your school, and whatever you're doing, right, is because of an original intention that was long before you were initiated into this life. OK, so you're going back to an original intention to get to a heavenly goal. So a golden age, when it's initiated by anybody through any dispensation of time, it's going to be initiating a time that's connected to original intention. Okay? You need to know that. What's the second thing you need to know? Where is heaven? The problem is, for a lot of you, this is going to be so good. I'm going to just tell you these things, and then we're going to jump to the break, 10-minute break, and then we'll come back. Okay. A lot of you have been reaching for a one day out there heaven. Okay. Heaven has its location. Okay. We're meant to be those, if you want to look at it like a golden age, if you want to look at it like a particular type of quote unquote manifesting. Anytime you hear ideas like my dream life and stuff like that, all you're doing is bringing heaven. That's all into your circumstance, into your life. That's all. Okay. Relationship of my dreams, the home, family, all these things, happy, healthy, fulfilled, not lacking anything. All you're doing is manifesting heaven. Okay. But for those who actually learn and know to do it, where is it coming from? Where's the location? How much suspense should I put in this episode? I'm not going to make you wait till after the break. Listen, heaven, the coordinates, the way is on the inside. You know, everybody wants to go to heaven. Most arguments, most of your religious arguments, most of your moral arguments are all about the way. I'm writing a book this year. You're going to love it. And I'll dive deeply into that way. If you're Christian, you know of Jesus as being called and being the way. But why would anybody be named the way? Why would anybody be called the way? Because the issue is not the location, or the issue is not the destination. That's what I meant to say. Or that's what I need to say. Everybody want to go to heaven. Who in their right mind would like to end up in a state or a location called hell? Nobody. But what are the issues that everybody's having concerning its location or this destination? The way. What's the way? Do I live morally? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I escape this? Do I try to whatever? How do I need to establish my day? What principles do I need in my life? What routine? What regimen? All these things. What's the way? Okay. We're not going to talk about the way today. I just needed to preview the book. It's not a Christian book, but I am a Christocentric man. Christ-centered is what that means. Okay. But it'll give you the way. We're really excited about that. Heaven is on the inside. Here's how I need you to hear that. You have to understand, when you're trying to locate, number one, its coordinates, you need to go inside for heaven for your life. Okay. The problem is, a lot of you have having issues with manifesting your heaven, your golden age, or whatever the thing, right? However you want to see it. And I'm saying on a personal level, those that are actually tapping into the level of consciousness, the level of awareness, the level of even action, the level of direction that it takes, the amount of direction that it takes to even, they're going on the inside. You need to know this. This is how you will not waste the golden age. I'm tapping into something for you. You got to go inside. When we come back, I'll do my best, absolute best, to give you some things that are going to help you take advantage of this golden age that we are not entering into, that we are a foot into already. Okay. Don't miss this train, people. We already here. If you don't take advantage of it, if you don't take advantage of the liberties of it, if you don't take advantage of the times in general, you're going to miss out on a whole bunch of things. The leverage that you'll have in these days in order to create what you want to create, the life you want to create. We're talking about technological, like the advances. Don't miss out. Participate, people. And I don't want to get into giving you keys already, but you got to participate. And this is a key. You can't sit on the sidelines and hope to have that golden age manifest in your life, and you just get to partake in it. Don't sit on the side as a person, like as a lazy person that's trying to be a leech or something like that. Hear me again, very strong. We're at the precipice. We're a foot in the door of this specific dispensation of time, and you need to go full forward. When I come back, I'll tell you a couple keys that you need to recognize on the outside of the ones I've given you already, and direction I've given you. Please hear me, all of you who can. Okay, we'll be back. Hey, if you're enjoying the masterclass thus far, I have a couple things that I'm willing to bet that you'll enjoy either just as much or even more. The first of those things is Wisdom for Days. It's my new book, and it is a compilation of 306 quotes that I've put together over years of experiences that are personal to me, that I know will help you out in your everyday life. Listen, it's just a great book. I highly recommend it to you. I want you to get it. You can get it at becomingallthatweare.com. Also, while you're there, pick up my book, A New Home. Go to the website. You can see all the details about it. It's a book that I've geared towards leaders that really will help you if you're feeling like you don't fit in life, as if you stand out in some type of way that you may not want to, but you just can't help it. This is all about how to get rid of your need to fit in and really stand out and be the person that you were created to be. The third thing that I want to tell you about is my podcast, Living the Dream. It is an Iexist podcast that I developed a few years ago that has tons and loads of great information, wisdom, insight. I gear it towards the people who need the reality of living the dream. I know that talking about the dream is one thing, but to live it is an entirely different thing. And if you want insight in what it's like to actually live a dream, that is the podcast for you. Go pick these things up. Go listen to these things. They'll continue to help you on your journey to progression, to freedom. Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment. Welcome to an Iexist Masterclass.
Frank Sinatra's song My Way, I Did It My Way, should be his theme song forever because he did it his way. He didn't wait for anybody to tell him how to do it. He did it his way.
to win. You say the pressure's too much giving. You should just hold your breath, cause I say I'll do this my way. Can't understand why you're worried about me. Made up my mind that I would be free. So just keep that to yourself, cause I say I'll do this my way.
Hold up. They like, B, why you all in this rap-ish? I'm starting to feel like you capping. I'm starting to feel like you acting. I'm starting to feel I'm being catfished through touchy subjects and ad-libs. Are you a preacher, man, or a lyricist? Cause I don't really know if this hat fits. I'm like, wow, that's how you feel. I guess I just keep it all to myself. Won't know opinions, I don't need your help. But since you asked, let me share this wealth. Pay attention. Thing is, I'm both full of wisdom, full of wealth, full of God, still a earth shell. Ain't into sorcery, but I break spells. Learn to bring heaven, cause I've been through hell. And to trust funds, but I don't trust well. I'm a businessman and I'm God's man. Got a nurse brand and I dress well. I'm a lamb dressed in wolf's clothes. I'm a lion dressed in a man's robe. Dealt a bad hand, but I don't ever fold. I'm a high priest with no church clothes. Look, no cap. So you really mad cause I don't do what you do? Think I'm a fool cause I don't choose what you choose. Still living well while I break all the rules. Looks like you might have this whole thing confused. Y'all hypocrites are like 9 people, but when it comes to hats, I can't wear a few. Stop playing.
You say there's really no way to win. You say the pressure's too much giving. You should just hold your breath, cause I say I'll do this my way. Can't understand why you're worried about me. Made up my mind that I would be free. So just keep that to yourself, cause I say I'll do this my way.
Hey, if you're enjoying the masterclass thus far, I have a couple things that I'm willing to bet that you'll enjoy either just as much or even more. The first of those things is Wisdom for Days. It's my new book, and it is a compilation of 306 quotes that I've put together over years of experiences that are personal to me, that I know will help you out in your everyday life. Listen, it's just a great book. I highly recommend it to you. I want you to get it. You can get it at becomingallthatweare.com. Also, while you're there, pick up my book, A New Home. Go to the website. You can see all the details about it. It's a book that I've geared towards leaders that really will help you if you're feeling like you don't fit in life, as if you stand out in some type of way that you may not want to, but you just can't help it. This is all about how to get rid of your need to fit in and really stand out and be the person that you were created to be. The third thing that I want to tell you about is my podcast, Living the Dream. It is an Iexist podcast that I developed a few years ago that has tons and loads of great information, wisdom, insight. I gear towards the people who need the reality of living the dream. I know that talking about the dream is one thing, but to live it is an entirely different thing. And if you want insight in what it's like to actually live a dream, that is the podcast for you. Go pick these things up. Go listen to these things. They'll continue to help you on your journey to progression, to freedom.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Welcome to an Iexist Masterclass.
hopping round, you was glad cause it's your birthday. Till your mom called and said your birthday was her worst day. Even with the drama, you can still make it the best day. Cause it's the best day, yeah. Baby, it's your birthday and it's the best day. It went the worst way, but let it fade away. Let it fade away, cause it's the best day. Yeah, it's your birthday.
It's gonna be the very best day of your life. It's gonna be, yeah. Do you believe it? It's gonna be the very best day of your life.
Yeah. You was picking out your fit, plan to decorate your crib. You was about to get it lit, I know, yeah. You was changing out the codes, leading autumn. You was writing down your goals, I know, hey. You plan to turn it up tonight, well alright. Then wake up to a better life. We still got time to make this right. Yes I know, yes I know, yes I know, yes I know.
It's gonna be, today it's gonna be, oh.
You was jetting round, you was glad cause it's your birthday. Till the pilot called and said your bag won't be at baggage claim. Even with the drama, you can still make it the best day. Cause it's the best day, yeah. Baby, it's your birthday and it's the best day. It went the worst way, but let that fade away. Let that fade away, cause it's the best day. Yeah, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy, yeah, yeah. You've been dreaming about the day when you was 26 years old. You was bold, hard to go, you was always touching road. Always paying for the folks, never broke. Day before, heart was so fly, 25, still working at the store.
I like that one. Dope, 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 dope. All right. Oh my goodness. So we're back. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Again, take a moment to like, subscribe, especially if you're here after my initial pitch to you. To do that, listen, commenting, liking, obviously subscribing is a more long-term effect, but this gets the algorithm. Listen, a lot of you, if you come back for every video and don't subscribe, I don't understand. Okay, just go ahead and hit that button, because it's nothing's gonna happen but going up and up and up and up and up. I can only pitch that to you for what it really is, and like I told you, we got plans and destinations to be, and we're already talking to you about how this golden age is upon us, and how to enter into your own personal golden age. And the reason why I need to pitch this to you now, regardless of the times, you can go into a personal golden age, but why wouldn't you do it when the atmosphere is in a golden age stage? Right? You have to look at it this way. Why would I take advantage of these times? Because it's much easier. You know, if you need to do something, let's say you're working on a project or something like that. Let's say you're in school or something like that. Now, truth be told, if I had a group project and I was working with the suckiest people in the class, right? The worst, like non-committal, don't show up, you know, won't read type of people, you can get the project done. I mean, it's going to be all on you. You can get an A, right? You're going to have to carry the whole load of the whole team and things like that. But how much better of a process would it be if everybody
on your team were golden children, right? Everybody was cooperative. They were team players. They knew how to get things done. They knew how to put their ego, pride, themselves to the side for the sake of the whole, right? When you're talking about a golden age, it's almost like you can survive in the desert. Believe me, I'm not saying that you couldn't make an oasis. I mean, look at your Dubai, look at certain situations. Listen, you can take lemons and make lemonade, right? But how much better, easier would it be to build when the ground is fertile? That's what we're talking about. So you need to take advantage of these times because, like, think how much higher, how much more progressive you can be when the atmosphere is right for growth, when the atmosphere is right for fertility. You know what I mean? Like that's you're not fighting against devils or whatever. You know what I mean? Like demonic people as much if the atmosphere is set properly. So you want to take advantage of these times. All right. Going back to what I was saying right before, so I can finish that statement. Like, subscribe, share this with people who you know are going to take advantage of these times. We're going to do some projects really coming up really soon. Starting right now, I'm calling out to all of you born champions. Again, I'm not for everybody. And I do know who we are for as a conglomerate or a group of individuals, a conglomerate of individuals who have come together to make this whole thing happen. I'm for you born champions out there. 1,000,000%. I know it is. I know the road. I know the trail. I know the way, if I can say it that way. I've already traversed this road for a little bit now, right? I'm in my 30s. So I know the way, I'm telling you. For all of you who need two things I always say that happens in coaching: alignment and acceleration. Okay? I'm here to align you. I'm here to accelerate you. Stand on the wisdom or on the shoulders of wisdom, on the back of the strong, right? And let them lead you into fulfillment, things like that. So you can do that by joining the nation, the Iexist Nation specifically. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But listen, for all of you born champions, and you know who you are, and we'll talk more as time goes. All right? I know who I'm called to. So let's go back into this information, this conversation really quickly. Before we went to break, I'll let you in on a couple secrets, right? Anytime we're entering to a golden age in society, in this world, wherever you may be, if your land, wherever you reside, if your atmosphere, if there's a golden age being stirred, there's two things that are happening at the same time. Someone, whoever is leading that era, or those leaders of that era, the people that are initiating it, are doing two things. They're going inside and they're going back. They're creating forward goals by not going back in time. You don't want things to get stale. You don't want to just repeat history or anything like that. That's not the issue. What are they going back to? We already talked about this. They're going back to original intention. There's a lot of reasons why I'm necessary, even for this time, even in your life. Y'all have to understand that the surface level, just scratching the surface of anything, is not good enough. You need real results in life. You need real power in life. You need real direction. And none of this stuff is just going to come from your instantaneous, you know what I mean, like 5-minute scan
to where you're hoping you're getting something from a surface level understanding of anything. The problem is if you don't go deeper in this life to start getting real revelation, real truths, real understanding of anything, principally anything forward in progression or anything that's progressive. The issue is this, and I'll say this just to give you an example very quickly. And this is something that I've said probably more so off of this style of presentation, probably in personal training and things like that, coaching people's minds. You got to engage in order to have depth. Okay. A lot of you are just content, and this is going to take you into two veins of engagement really quickly. A lot of you are content with sitting and learning and things like that. And then you wonder why that doesn't translate into real growth and success in your life. Without movement, I'm thinking about a quote someone else sitting in the room offered to me at one point that I'm stealing to a certain degree. I actually walked in a chiropractor's office recently and saw the quote on the wall. I'm like, man, it's already somehow sprung into somebody else's imagination, and it's on their wall now. But the quote is this: movement is life. Okay, not sitting still, not just. I'm not even encouraging, take in this information, take in information from us, whoever that is, those of us who know what they're doing, who are guided by something greater than him or herself in order to bring you the decent information. It's more than decent. The type of information that can bridge you over into fulfillment, success, life, and all those things, right? But don't just take it in. You have to engage with us. There's a difference. The reason why I would love to coach a lot of you personally is because this ain't enough. I already know that. You have to engage with someone. So here's what I mean by that. I've said this before. There's people, a lot of you are like superstitious, or you're like overly, I don't know, powerful, maybe your mind. And somebody like may see some successes that you have or something like that, or they've seen something you produce. And they're like, come here, let me rub your mind or something like that. And they're like putting their hands around your temples or something like that. Like, let me rub some of that off of you. Let me rub your hands. Let me get some of that anointing, whatever, you know what I mean? Like something. And so like the issue I've always known that is present is that when you don't engage someone, right? See, you don't need necessarily my hand, right? Or just my teaching in order for you to produce something that I've produced. You don't just need my hand, for instance. I'll just use that as an example, somebody rubbing, and this has happened to me before. The issue is you don't need just mere instruction. You need my spirit. I don't want to wax very biblical right here, but then part of me wants to. Okay? You need, in order to have somebody's result, you need... I don't want to go too deep into this, but you know why people say, oh, they have kindred spirits or something of the degree, right? Or I'll give you an example. People think like the artist Drake, right? He's just some random superhero, superstar person. I'll never forget the day he said, I think it's in one of his rap lines or something like that. But he's like, Mike Jack came to me in my dreams, right? And then, he has some clever lines after that. But the whole idea is, that's like, I know people don't want to believe this because it's a rap star and all these things, but that's the Michael Jackson. He's Michael. Why did that happen to him? Kindred spirits.
So you need the essence of someone. You don't need to see and I'm teaching you something already. I'm already going into one of my points. Maybe you don't realize it. But I told you, in order to enter into your personal golden age within a facilitated environment called a golden age, you're going to both need to go back and you need to go inside. Which point am I touching on right now? You need to go inside. Okay. The issue is that a lot of you have been too surface level in your results making, right? So you think you can pick up a quote. You think you can just go online and copy somebody. Oh, we're going to use the mic stand they have. Oh, we're just going to whatever. And the problem is you can't be successful without my spirit. So you wonder why, and I'm just waxing biblical for 2 seconds, right? When a person named Moses needed people to help him govern, help him lead, the Bible talks about how the man divided his spirit into X amount of people, right? You hear the protege saying to the master, I need a double portion of your spirit. But why is that? Because, and then immediately started producing the same thing. Okay. But what's my point? You only get that by engagement. A lot of you don't have wisdom and all the things necessary because not just because you don't engage people, right? Again, you need my spirit to have my result. The issue also becomes you're not engaging life itself. So the reason why I know this is not enough, and you need to get into coaching and you need to get into training and you need to get the subscription, is so that we can be the initiators of you engaging your life in a way that's going to produce results. You got to engage it. While I'm saying the word engage, I'll use this for an example. I talk about this when it comes down to marriage. Everybody want to be married ready for marriage. You're only going to do so well at getting prepared. This is why people tell you, even when it comes down to parenting and things like that, hey, you just gonna have to jump into it. Because there's only so much you can learn that's gonna quote, quote, prepare you. You know why? Because the process is what is intended to make you. There's a guy, I think I might have mentioned this on one of the previous episodes, that said, hey, listen, if you ever want to do something great for yourself, try to make $1 million in this life. He said, not for the goal itself, but for who you have to become in order to make $1 million. The value you have to start giving, the ingenious ideas, all these things, all right, that you're going to have to do to become in order to get to that goal is the point. So I'm telling you as individuals that you got to engage life itself. OK, you have to engage masters of a particular craft, of a particular ideology, of a particular outcome. You can't just copy. Why am I saying all of this? That the only way to really do this is to start going inside. A lot of you are the reason why you haven't entered into personal golden ages is because you're going outside for everything. You're going outside you're just, someone sat with me and we were doing like mini interview type of situations, Ada, and she was saying to me that she wrote I think it's in her book maybe, or she heard a quote, something like that says this, that most people, everyone is born an original, but most people die copies. But do you know what a copy is? It doesn't mean, you can take advice from people. You can look at patterns in people's lives. But when I really want to do something great, like somebody else who did something great, I need to engage them. What am I saying?
You got to get the essence of the individual. You can't just copy what they're doing. A lot of people will go out here. A lot of you go out here and say, I'm going to start a podcast and all these things. But you miss the point of the person. You miss all of the principles that were founded in that person's life that's going to get them to a particular place. A lot of you just think, well, if I want to be successful, I'm just going to put my shoulders up and my head back like they did, and I'm just going to whatever. And then this is why a lot of you have imposter syndrome, because you're just copying. You're not engaging. There's a difference. If you actually want the confidence, you have to engage life. You have to engage the person or the master that knows how to get those results, who actually physically has those results. You got to start going inside. So what I'm saying is, this can't be, a part of the essence of a golden age, which I'm so excited about, is you're going to see the rise of authenticity again. I'm sorry, some of you who have been overly empathetic in the past, and now you can't say what you want to say anymore. You know, my mom told me some years ago, I keep saying this, people think I'm quiet because because I'm shy or something like that. I'm just like, if I don't feel like I'm free enough, I'm just not going to say nothing, right? Because I'm going to say what I want to say and be real with you. Right. We know that you got, we got wisdom and all those things. Right. But what I'm saying is, and my mother said to me some years ago, she's like, Bryan, you got to be the most stress free person in the world. And I'm like, why do you say that? She's like, because you say whatever you want to say. I'm expressive. Right. And if I talk, I want to say it how I want to say it. OK. What am I saying, though? We're going to see originality come. So the expression starts to get back to a point of authenticity during a golden age. During a golden age in your life, your personal expression will be its most authentic. If there's ever a time to be yourself, it's within a golden age, because at that point, the atmosphere is saturated with enough freedom for you to be you. Right? It's not overly saturated with this whole idea of, like I said, this over empathetic, this I can't step over here. I can't say this. And a lot of that's scary for certain people, because you now you want to monitor what somebody's saying on this other end, or somebody that doesn't agree with you. But the thing about it is, when you're free to be, just be. OK, number one, authenticity was always the key to your success anyway. We don't want nobody else. We need the real you. God don't want nobody else. He want to work with the real you as an individual. So you need to understand, this is a part of going inside. A lot of you, to be real with you, I wouldn't look up to you and all these things, because some of you have stayed in a state of copycat for so long, just surface level copying other people's patterns, not copying original intention, because you're surface level. You're literally just copying what somebody else has done. The problem with that is that it's not authentic. Number one, you probably hadn't engaged a person, because when you engage someone, remember, I even use marriage for an example. Marriage, the process makes you. You got to go into it. Yes, your mindset has to be there. You should know what a husband is, or you should know what a wife is before you go into a marriage with all of your intellectual capacity, as much as you know. But listen, you are a husband and being made a husband throughout that process. You are a wife and being made a wife. This is why, unfortunately, when people are stubborn and certain things end in divorce, and then it's like they always mad that the next woman, the next man get a better version, because throughout y'all's relationship, the person was still being made, because the process makes you. OK, this is why you need to engage with leaders. You got to be actually close to people. You can't just say, Oh, I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna just get the same podcast mic. I'm gonna get the same. Oh, what? You know, one of the dumbest things, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. That I used to experience as a professional pianist. I go on the road and you be out of town and somebody will come up to you and say something to the degree of, oh my God, that set or whatever, that song sounded so good, man. You sound so good up here. What are you using? I'm like, okay, I'm using this brand of whatever. Oh my God, it just sounds so marvelous. And they walk away. Listen, please hear me. This is stupid. I told you, you want to do what somebody does, you need to engage them because you need my spirit, not what I'm using. That's stupid. I'm sorry. Success ain't getting the same mic, getting whatever. It doesn't work that way. Doing the same practice, even some of you. Well, what do? You pray 5 times a day for your spirituality. Okay, let me do that. It doesn't make you powerful. I'm sorry. There's people outside of appropriate religion. There's people out on the outskirts of spirituality who are just immersed in religion, who pray 5 times, pray 7 times, pray 20, and ain't powerful. Don't have nothing in terms of spiritual essence or maturity, even, because that practice doesn't make it. I'm trying to teach you something. So I'd always be like, man, that's stupid of you to walk away, because go get somebody else in this crowd and tell them to play this exact piano with the exact settings, and it ain't going to sound the same, because you're missing essence. You have to engage life to be fruitful in life. But why am I telling you all this? Again, because all of this is about going inside. A lot of you don't know who you are because you've never engaged life authentically. You can't stay in a house, listen to a bunch of people, get a mic, and think you're going to produce their results. By the time you end up successful at whatever you're doing that you may be authentically doing for the right purposes, it will be because you engaged life, not because you took in a bunch of information. One more time, back to this marriage example. What would it do, right? What would it mean for me to sit down with a young lady and talk over and over again and learn something new about the person every day? Let's say we're going 70,000 dates. And what's something else that you did today? Okay, what's something else that you like? Favorite color and all this other stuff. Growth ain't happening from me learning about the person and that type of, the more we engage each other. It's all of the rough times, it's all of the whatever, you smell each other morning breath and all this other stuff and farts and everything else. You get what I'm saying? Now you're maturing. When you got the uncomfortable conversations, right? When the first time, this is in every commercial, every movie, does this dress make me look fat? Conversation happens. Now you're growing, right? Now you're starting to learn stuff about yourself that you didn't know. You thought you were a great leader, and then you find out you're more passive than you thought. Then you're like, man, I need to lead better because this. You thought you were a great communicator until you got into the mix, till you engaged the individual. Now you start to realize, wow, I don't know the first thing, 2 things about communication, some of you would say. Okay? Because the process, engaging it. Why am I saying all of this one more time? Because we're entering into an age of authenticity. This is where all your movies finally start feeling good again. This is where all of these things, like expressions, become more authentic, because we're not worried about or stuck in the passivity. Again, if there was ever a time for you to be you, now's the time. Somebody should have always coached you into being you. We don't want nothing else. Nobody needs another version of you. We need the real you. If you're going to engage God in this life, true spirituality, you got to bring you to the table. Yeah, you're going to be made. You're going to be molded. You're going to be shaped. You're going to become over time. Everything that you do and say today won't be done and said necessarily in the future, because the process. But what I'm saying, if you're going to engage God, you got to engage him as you are. No lies told. Everything you think, everything you, whatever, wherever you are today, life has to be engaged from that standpoint. You're going to be made over time. Okay. So here's what I'm saying. Also, you got to look at the whole copying thing. I told you, some of you, I would never inquire anything because you're not doing nothing but copying. We're entering into an age of authenticity, an age of originality. It's going to pay divs to be original. This is where innovations, all these things start coming because of originality. This is the essence of a golden age. Originals. We don't need copiers anymore. Originals. So even if you're on the copy side, go original. Start qualifying yourself as good enough to be yourself. Please. Nobody cares at the end of the day. If you want to wear the orange jacket, the orange suit, the orange whatever, you get what I'm saying? Because that's what you like. Okay, cool. Authenticity is going to come in. Right? Fake fluffy stuff, this ain't, listen, I'm sorry, ain't your time. I probably sat on the shelf. I'd probably need to sit on the shelf during those times because I'm not giving you nothing inauthentic. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. It is what it is. Okay. That's why some of your spiritual lives are terrible anyway. Inauthenticity. God does not deal with inauthenticity. God does not co-sign inauthenticity. I've said this plenty of times in the past in certain scenery. Okay. So you need to embrace going on the inside. So you need to start letting your eyes open, the eyes of your imagination, the eye of your soul, so you can really start getting the images that were built out for your life. Stop copying just off of mere whatever. I'm not saying that every idea that somebody else has cannot be applied. You get what I'm saying? Don't go weird or funny with me here, right? I'm saying, just in general speaking, you need your own ideas. You get what I'm saying? There has to be an original essence to you to qualify for a golden age. You can't go out here just doing stuff because somebody else is doing it. We're a real authentic crew over here. You'll know that very soon if you can't tell. Okay? Just because I'm sitting in a how long I've been sitting in a chair teaching? Long time. Sorry if you just now, whatever. If you think I'm copying somebody, you don't know me. I promise. Okay. So, long story short, that's going inside. Authenticity. Reach for what's authentic about you. Ask God to give you original ideas that are only form fitting to you. This is going to take you into a golden age, a personal golden age is what I was going to say. Okay. Form fitting to you, personal golden age. That's one instruction. Here's the second thing, and I'm getting out of here. I said, you got to go in. Here's the second thing. You got to go back. Let me just expound on that for 2 seconds. Back in time, am I trying to redo the 70s? No. Well, some people say that this era was a golden age. Shouldn't we just copy what they were doing? You miss what I just said. You don't need the people's tools. You don't need their practices. You need their spirit. Go beneath the surface level. I don't go back and start using some mic that came out in 1970 because I want to redo a golden age. You're missing it. What was the essence of the time? What were the principles? What were the founding principles of that era? Forget copying surface level. Forget practices. Think principles. Think beneath. Again, ask God to give it to you. Because it don't come like, oh, I need to build this because they built it back in that golden era. No. There's a way to be original and to reach back to original, not time, original intention. What's the intention? What's beneath the surface? So when I want to build something, even that's fresh, that's new, I still got to go back to, and here's the thing, that's fulfilling, that's actually successful, that's actually, I hope y'all can hear me. I'm giving you the freaking goods. I'm telling you. You want to go back to original intention, okay? Original intention. It's part of this I don't even want to teach because I think this needs to be like inside the nation. Some of it is a little too good. It's a little too pointed, right? I feel like I would be on the side of coaching like too far into it. But what I'm saying is this. How were we intended to live as people? Just think for 2 seconds. What were the outcomes that were intended? Remember, it's on the inside of you. You're already wired for it. You already miss it and you ain't even been there. Listen, this is God intelligence working on the inside of you. You know what you're made for. That's why there's a such thing as a dream life. Because it's already in you. All of the coordinates, all those things. You just have to tap into it. You just have to align with it. You got to be okay with it. That's why I'm cool with telling you I'm bougie and all these things. Listen, I was born bougie. My mother will tell you, I'm telling you, it was bougie on a budget, I guess, because I don't come from whatever. I don't take pride in that either. Some people are like, oh, I had to work out of the mud and all this other stuff. And then like you weren't made for suffering, okay, of that type, by the way. Some of you, okay, that's a side note. But if you can't get out of cycles of suffering in your life, make sure you don't have pride in your suffering. Okay. That's just a side note, actually. But listen, if my mom went to Cato's back in the day, some of you will know what that is. Somehow my eye was attracted to the most expensive thing in there. She say like, listen, Kmart can't keep Brian's eye of being attracted to the most expensive thing out of him. It's just there. It is what it is. Can't help it. But what I'm saying is now if I get on some stuff like, it's just my wiring. But if I get on some stuff like some of you, some settling ideas and just maybe that's not for me, or maybe it's not for everybody. You know, people have told me that like, this is my dream, something, right? I want to encourage them. And I've seen people literally plug their ears to stop me from encouraging them of what's their wiring. So when I say go back to original intention, this is an alignment thing. Number one, does God intend for you to suffer your whole life? So if the answer is no for you, I will type the answer, please. Whatever you think the answer is. But if it's no, why are you aligning or settling for suffering? Go back to original intent. Are you meant to be sad every day, depressed and like your head down and all these things? All right. Some of you are born. We talked about born champions a little bit ago. Some of you are born champions. Some of you are born to be owners. Some of you are born leaders. Some of you are born to help the masses. Don't settle. You want to enter into your personal golden age? Align. The coordinates are already in you. I told you heaven's on the inside. Your issue is when you refuse to work it out, you can't live through a personal golden age. The lost world is on the inside. You need to have your eyes open to be able to see it. That's in the imagination, right? And the guts to live it out. But what am I going back to? Listen, this thing, all that we're going to build as Iexist, I'm telling you, we're going to build it. But everything that I'm going to build has always been in me. I remember driving around as a 17-year-old, looking at certain things and thinking the quality of this particular thing is terrible. Why in the world do people settle for that? When I build this, it's going to be or if I do this, when I build this, when I do this. And then I'm putting all of the qualifiers that make me happy with it. Remember, authenticity, it's the version that was intended for me to build. It's original because the coordinates, the directions are only for me and they're only in me. What I build is going to be a one of one. Everything we build is going to be a one of one. Not because I'm the only builder or whatever, but see, I'm tapping into what's on the inside of me. Anytime you find yourself settling, just know you're off the path of original intention. Oh my goodness. This is your second notice here. Okay. Don't settle. Listen, I'm tired of it. I've coached, counseled. I'm not I don't mean clinically there, but I'm saying so many. One thing that wraps around in particular conversations, don't settle, especially today. Get what you need, get what you want out of life. Because you have to understand the coordinates for your heaven are on the inside of you. You already know what you need. You already know what you want. You already know what you desire. So how do I also tap into original intention for myself? Follow those coordinates exactly. This is why I've opted out of doing particular things. See, there's things that I know I could do well because I know it well. I've been in certain atmospheres, but I know it wouldn't be a fulfilling process for me in particular. I wouldn't be as free as I need to be. I wouldn't be as creative as I need to be and could be. See, it would put a limit or a cap on me. I'm so engaged in the process of knowing who I am that it's already instruction and direction just in that. I want y'all to hear me. We all know we're humans. If you're tapped into this, you're human watching me on the other side of this, whether on YouTube or whatever platform, Facebook, something like that, right? There's already instruction in your design. This is why I say you never have to teach a bird to fly south for the winter or something like that, because your instruction is in your design. You can't weather the cold. You got wings, whatever the thing is, right? You know exactly where to fly. You're programmed that way. You just do it. We are the same way. We're all going back home. Remember how I said I mess with your mind a little bit? The past is the future in this way. Because I'm going back to the original intent for my life. A lot of you get stuck on whatever. And listen, this is just part of the process sometimes. You get unaligned a little bit and then you have to put yourself back on course. This is why I need you to be easy and okay with yourself sometimes, right? Show a little mercy towards yourself and ask for grace to get back aligned in your life. Why? Because it can be easy to get off, to get distracted. We got some of these themes coming up in our future broadcasts, right? You get distracted, you get a little off, you settle a little bit. This is a golden age, people. Don't settle. Get what you want. You hear me telling you, now's the time. This is the time. Some of you, everything ain't so, whatever, ethereal. Let's use that word, fluffy, whatever. Some of you are desiring a particular body. And I'm not saying, hear me. Don't go cutting on yourself and all these things or whatever. But what I'm saying is there's an original intention towards you. Some of you will never be okay with how unhealthy you are because of original intention. Some of you are coping because you're settling. Now, how do I do this? Just ask yourself. Matter of fact, ask God, the one God that there is. Okay? Am I intended to be suffering in this type of way? No. Why do you settle for it? Am I intended to live in poverty? Then why do you settle for it? You got to go back to original intent. I'm telling you how to initiate a golden age within your life, within a time where you have the freedom of a golden age to initiate your personal golden age. Alignment. That's what original intention is all about. Be all that you're supposed to be during this time. You need authenticity. You need alignment. Okay. This is how to produce your golden age. But stop settling. Listen, I know a lot of you are like, I'm honest. There's levels to this. So I say to some of you brothers, listen, stop settling for just the ones that's willing to run after you. Go get what you want, sir. Do you know it's a temptation? Your own level of temptation that you create when you settle for in a relationship. And this goes both ways, ladies. I'm saying for you too. I can say it to you easily. Don't marry some man you don't respect. I don't believe in that. If you can't respect them, don't marry them. Because how somebody going to lead you who you don't respect? Well, he's got a little money. He's got a whatever. But I don't really think he's like that great. Stop settling. Okay, let me go back to the men. You know how crazy it is for you to get in a relationship? And I'm sorry, you wanted, top model so-and-so. But then you settled for something else. I know I get in trouble. I told you, I got to do this how I got to do it. This is stuff you get in trouble for. All right? You settled for whatever. And please don't get fleshy with me either. This is the spiritual edition. So again, I've said in the past, I don't care how fine an exterior is. You can't, nobody that's real, nobody that's spiritual is going to marry for sex alone. Okay. You got to be spiritual, people. So let me set that as a foundation before I say this. But you know how much of a trap of temptation you're setting yourself in when you settle for something you didn't want? I just settled for whatever came after me. You didn't go after what you really wanted, what maybe God is saying is possible for you. And now what you didn't settle for is what you settled for has put you in a place of temptation because of what you got to look at outside of what you settled for. What you really wanted is on the outside. Now you're cheating, you're doing whatever the thing, right? Why? Because you settled. It's a temptation for you. I got to use a strong example so you know not to settle. This is why settling is not good. Some of you are haters because you settling. You really want the big thing. You really want the mass this. You really want this and all this other stuff. But now, because you've talked to yourself probably through some mode of whatever, training, religion, something like that has got you settling. You convince yourself to cope. But then you're going to talk junk about everybody else that has what you wanted. You're jealous because you're settling. Okay, this year you need to, one more time, I'll tell you who I'm called to. Chosen, born champions. I used to call myself Coach to the Stars. And I do that for a reason, because if you're a born champion, I already know who I'm called to. Coach. Okay, if you know there's signs for being a born champion, trust me. I can name a couple of them. If you're a born champion, you're always fighting something bigger than yourself. You don't even think you deserve the fights that come after you, because you like, what in the world? This whole corporation fighting me. I'm an individual. You may see yourself as small, but why everything bigger than you want to fight you? Because you're not small. You're a chosen champion. Okay. That's just one example. It seemed like you got to fight the world by yourself. Okay. If you're on the path of chosen champion, I don't have time to go into all of it, but this will speak to some of you. You already know who you are. I'm the one designed to get you where you need to go. What I say coaching is acceleration, alignment. Okay. We will get you there, and we'll get you there quicker than you would have had to go on your own. And then you just got to pray for grace if you're really trying to make it on your own, because none of us are designed to get there on our own. Okay? So don't do it. If this voice is calling to you right now, don't mistake it for anything else. Don't settle today. Let's operate in your particular golden age. Let's get you initiated, settled into your golden age, within our golden age corporately right now, by getting you initiated into the nation, the Iexist nation. Follow the link that's in the description of this video. Sign up today. It's not a lot of money. I tell people all the time, by the time you've signed up for this, you go on 6 months with us, you probably won't think if it started off as a lot of money, it won't end as a lot of money. I can make that promise to you, as long as the cooperation is there and certain things. Okay. It ain't gonna be a lot of money, even if it starts off as. Ain't no excuse for you anyway. We got 20 some odd euros, It don't matter where you are. Okay. Sign up, join a nation. A lot of you have big dreams and things like that. Again, join. You know who you are if you're a chosen champion. Your life is not a pattern after the basic. Okay. You know you're meant for much or whatever. You know you're meant for a lot. You know you've had to handle a lot. Life has seemed unfair to you in a lot of ways because of the types of battles that seem to be drawn to you and things like that. Trust me. Born champion, chosen champion. Go sign up at the link below, and we'll get you grafted into your new life. Okay. We make people, we make stars. Not to say that wasn't the original intention for you, but we help get you there is the thing. Okay. As long as you want to be there. All right. I've enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe, all those things. Type in the chat what you've learned the most from this expression. And listen, y'all, go into your personal golden age. There's a window here. Okay. Go into it. All right. Don't miss the opportunity. We'll be here for you as you're going along your way. Thank you for tuning in. And as you know, it's our desire that you would prosper as a whole. And until next time.
We hope you enjoyed our experience. If you would like to gain access to more in-depth teachings such as this one, a host of other products and services, or the opportunity to partner with others who are becoming all that they are, join our exclusive membership community. Join the nation, the Iexist Nation. All the info you need can be found in the description of this video. Until next time.
Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Better, 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 better. Ooh, better, 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 better. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Better, 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 better. Oh, better, 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 better. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to